Hey YouTube, this is Eric, and I'm going to be doing a review on a figure I got not too long ago. Took a while to come out in New Orleans, as most of the movie toys do. We seem to get the Universe line pretty quick, but as far as like the Hunt for Decepticons and the Nest figures, there are Nest figures I still haven't even seen yet. But you know, I ordered offline. But this is Hunt for the Decepticons Scout Hubcap. Hubcap, yeah. And one thing that you'll notice about him is that, well, it's a really good car mode, but the thing about it is it's a pretty vintage car. And it really reminds me of the G2 laser rods, like Jolt and Sizzle. I actually have Sizzle, I think, but I don't have him out. But he looks just like him, and I could see Hasbro at some point possibly doing a repaint as maybe Sizzle, which would be pretty kick-ass because he probably had the best paint scheme out of all of them. But yeah, it's a really good car. Rolls very well, you know, all that good stuff. But don't expect to do anything else but roll it. And again, quick size comparison. He about the same size. I mean, he's a scout class, so he's the same size as your average scout class vehicle. He's very good car mode. I really like it. And another thing that I really like about him is that it has a extremely simple transformation and it's really fun to transform. First thing that you want to do for the transformation, let's get his arms out. And you can see from the, you can see it's basically a robot folded up, but from the outside, you know, it looks really good. So we have his arms out so far. You take his legs and just pull them out, straighten them up, pull that back, get his feet out, and split his legs up. Last thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna take this car piece and fold it in and straighten out his head, and there you go. That's Hubcap. Very simple transformation. Pretty kibbly. I mean, he does have a lot of kibble, but for me, for some reason, if you ask me, I think it really works. It really works. Even though, I mean, you can see that the back of him is basically a folded up car. It doesn't get in the way. I think it adds to the character of the figure, and he still has a wide range of posability. No waist or articulation, but I mean, you definitely can get some pretty good poses out of this guy if you're patient enough. And his head rotates. It's hard to get a grip on his head, but okay, he fell. But it's hard to get a grip on his head and turn it. And right now I'm fumbling with the guy because I don't feel like setting up any poses, but I mean, that's him. He's a really good figure, average scout class figure. Here he is next to Smolder, and Smolder is a little bit bulkier than he is, but you know, to say he comes from such an old vintage car, he really is pretty streamlined. So I like him. He's not expensive. I mean, he's still out in stores. $7 for a scout, maybe $8 depending on where you shop. So that's Hunt for the Decepticons Hubcap, and here he is with Brimstone, who is an equally impressive figure with a much more complex transformation. But those guys are, I think, the Wave 1 scout classes. So I like him more than I like Brimstone. But that's only because Brimstone is just so freaking complicated to transform as opposed to him. So again, if you see him, get him. He's a pretty nifty little guy. Not the centerpiece of any collection by any means, but still, he'll look good in any collection. So that's about it, you guys. Peace.